votes. The ayes are 10, the nays are still 4, and the abstentions are 3. The resolution passes, and December 7th is now UNVerse Day for the General Assembly. Okay, are there any further motions to come before the General Assembly? Is there a second to Ireland's request for the floor? Okay, Ireland will be granted the floor for 60 seconds. And yeah, I know we've had a motion to adjourn for stand 6 proceedings, but I'll allow them to speak. Sure.
So I'd just like to issue an apology to Glorious Revolt. I did not mean what I said. I take it all back. That was pretty mean to me. I did crash out. But he is like my master, and I'm an unpaid worker, and he forces me to make things for him. And so does Four Yorks, by the way. But I still if he says he's paying me 150 quid, don't listen to him. Yeah, but anyway, him, Four Yorks make me make assets, but I'd like to retract my statement, and I'd like to apologize formally, and I'd also like to apologize to anyone else I've said meany things to. I don't mean it, but I would like to thank you all for coming here today. We did some great things here today. We protected the country of Malaysia, and we got ourselves a day. Also, Japan, can you stop speaking against everything that makes everyone here happy? You speak against things that are good things. It's really making me sad. I'm really sad now, and yeah, I'm depressed because of Japan. Love you guys, though. Bye. Yeah, that's it. Can I get moved down now, please?
Okay,
Bye.
Is there a second
I do
to
cocaine.
Russia's motion to ascend to the Security Council? Okay. We will now debate the matter of Russia ascending to the Security Council. What is your point of information?
Russia was already motioned last week, so they're already on the agenda for today's Security Council session. They don't need to be motioned in the General Assembly.
The General Assembly can vote on it if they want to. It's either one. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I'll allow Russia to speak on their behalf. Please raise your hand.
Hi, I'm only here because Wrath told me I should motion because I thought I was already nominated for the Security Council. But whatever. You guys should probably vote aye on our session to the United Nations Security Council because we have shown a lot of activity and a lot of I suppose a lot of effect on the United Nations verse as a community as a whole activity. We've managed to revive the East's activity. We've revived an organization that is now as big as I argue is the biggest organization right now in United Nations verse. The Collective Security Treaty Organizations. It's an entirely non-biased organization that is run by the Secretariat, that is even divided among its member states. We've managed to broker we've managed to broker a ceasefire agreement between Indonesia and Malaysia that prevents Indonesia to declare war on Malaysia. We're currently actively attempting to solve the situation in Sarawak. We have attempted to de-escalate the situation in Yugoslavia and Croatia, attempting to calm the tensions between both sides. We've attempted to basically bring the East together. We've united the Slavs together now. We have reached a great agreement with the Polish. We are having great relations with them, Ukraine, and we have solved our own issues with them. Who else? Oh yeah, the Belarus Republic, they have switched their sides. I think they like us. They've joined the Collective Security Treaty Organization as well. So that's going as well. That's going great as well. I'm not aware if I fail this, do I not get in UNSC? I'm not aware, but that's up to the president of the Security Council. I don't know. The draft told me to motion. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Russia. This is not a debate period. What is your point of information? I think there's only one, because Mexico was declared vacant after missing 3 consecutive sessions. Okay, is there a motion to vote? Is there a second? Okay, we will now move to vote. Please vote. Okay, on this vote, the ayes are 5, the nays are 4, the abstentions are 3. Russia for the Security Council fails. Are there... Okay, a revote being raised and seconded. We will now revote on Russia sending to the Security Council. Okay, we will accept motions at this time. Any motions, any seconds to motions? Again, no one is seconding or motioning anything besides the floor. Yeah, we're on a revote. Okay, Canada has the floor.
Thank you. Here, I'll wait for the countdown there. Okay, so when I say this, I don't say it as the president of the Security Council. Just keep that aside. I'm saying this as a Canadian representative. Russia's a good nation, not gonna lie. But all you were doing, you were adding up a bunch of small accomplishments that you've made, and some big ones. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, you were pleading your case, of course. But you're not mentioning some of the negative things. And obviously you wouldn't. But there's definitely negatives to every nation coming into the Security Council. Let's not forget the current conflict between you and a few members of our current Security Council. So my concern, as a representative of Canada, hold on, T-Soups. My concern is that these problems are going to be brought to our current peaceful Security Council, and it's going to just create more issues with the Security Council.
Okay, thank you. Bangladesh and Kazakhstan are requested the floor. Ireland is also requested the floor. Is there a second to any of those requests? Okay, Kazakhstan is granted the floor, seconded by Russia.
Hello.
Hello, you may begin.
It's an even more wonderful day because I get to talk after Sapper again. And Sappher, I don't think it's any problem if they're involved in a conflict. I think that shows their activity. You say the UNSC is peaceful. One of the P5s involved in the conflict. Does that not bother you? I think that Russia is not my best friend. I've said that. But they're an active nation. They've proven themselves within the UN. They were top 3 for Nation of the Month. And they're a good group. They're a great group. You can look at their activity for yourself. And I don't think it's any of your business, especially as Canada, to get up here and start talking about Russia. So let them be. They should be on Security Council anyways. They're P5 in real life. And they deserve it. Don't take away spots from deserving nations. Thanks.
Thank you, Kazakhstan. Okay, are there any motions regarding Russia for the Security Council? Is there a second to the motion to vote? Okay, a motion to vote being raised and seconded. We will now move to vote. Voting is open. Please vote. Okay, on this vote, the ayes are 8, the nays are 5, and the abstentions are 2. Russia's ascended to the Security Council. Congratulations. Okay, are there any further motions to be brought before the General Assembly? Motion to adjourn being raised and seconded. Yeah. Motion to vote being raised and motion to adjourn being raised and seconded. We will now vote on adjournment. You can't revote on a revote. All right, voting is open. Please vote. Okay, on this vote, the ayes are 12, the nays are 0, the abstentions are 2. The General Assembly is hereby adjourned. The Security Council will convene shortly.
Okay. Members of the Security Council, raise your hand in the stage channel, please.
Wow, that was so inspiring.
Wait, Wrath,
Really?
did we get ascended into the Security Council, or we still have to go to a vote?
You're in the Security Council.
Your security, yeah, there you go.
Hey, Arthur,
That's great.
that word is still banned here.
Really?
So let's not do that again.
6, 7?
It's over, bro. You killed it.
You know what killed it? You know what killed it? You did,
You.
T-Soups.
No.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, you know what? You know what killed it, T-Soups? And we can
I
both
just
agree on
believed
this.
it's death.
Hold on. You know, we can both agree on this. Rathuzin failing to change the Security Council titles for 4 weeks now.
I'll change it after the session, I
And I
promise.
ask him every time, "Oh, Rathuzin, can you change it?" And he's like, "Oh, yes, I'll do it right after the session. I promise."
Rathuzin
Okay,
has
I need
become
to bring
allergic to
in
Roblox
Adam.
Studio.
Literally.
I've told you for
Belarus?
6 months now you should give me development access here. You probably shouldn't though, because I'm gonna make Kazakhstan's nameplate sparkly.
Well, I would enjoy that, so.
Oh,
Can we talk about Belarus having a bomb vest on?
VOI, don't try to glitch in. Come on, man.
What?
Don't try
Oh,
to glitch into my.
No, I'm not. Wait.
Okay,
What do
so
I say?
Igor, you're in Syria. See how confusing this is, Rathuzin?
Syria.
Okay, I declared you're right here. You're in Mexico's spot, Russia, right here.
Okay. There's an
Um,
empty P5 seat over
Go
there.
ahead and sit down, please, Robbie.
Okay. Well, I'm Mexican, guys.
Glorious, take your seat there, bud. You're in the summit director spot here.
Can we condemn Japan?
I'm
Please?
gonna have to bring in. If you're not a member of the Security Council, please sit. Avoiding. I'm not bringing you in today.
Uh-oh, trouble in China.
Yeah, I mean, I just haven't been brought yet. The racism against me is absolutely mental. Thank you.
Mad.
Oh wow, Daniel for Kazakhstan is here. Okay.
Members of the Security Council,
everyone, hold
do
on.
we all
No,
like death
Arthur.
cakes?
We're gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and disconnect Arthur because he's not a member of the Security Council.
Oh, that's sad.
I need to bring one more person. I have to bring Leon in here. He is not a member of the Australian delegation. No.
Oh.
A member of the Australian delegation.
Can you go ahead? Okay, all right. But only one of you can speak at a time, you know that, right? So you have to pick between Leon and you. And FX.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so all right. So nobody else needs to be brought in. All right, I'm gonna have order in my Security Council here. We're gonna go ahead and start. Security Council is hereby called to order. A couple of new things before we get onto the agenda business here. First of all, I'm appointing Glorious Revolt to be the Vice President of the Security Council. He will take up the Director chair for now until Rathuzin changes it to say Vice President. The second item is we're going to do voting a little differently. It's going to be the same process, of course, except I'm not going to stand up and individually go to you. Just to be more realistic here. Avoiding, I'm not going to fall for your little pranks. And for voting, you will be allowed to explain why you're giving a certain vote, just as long as it's not a crazy lengthy discussion, as per the Security Council rules of procedure. So I just want to remind everybody that that rule exists. I can ask you to provide a reason for a vote. If you don't want to provide one, obviously that's okay. And I'm yapping a little bit here, so we're going to get started. The first item on the Security Council, I believe, is the Judicial Independence and ICJ Protection Act. It failed, didn't it?
Yeah, it failed.
It did fail. Okay. All right. Mr. Clerk of the Security Council.
Yeah.
The resolution on decorum and conduct during sessions.
That passed.
Wonderful.
So now you guys vote on that.
All right. Give me one moment here. Just to be clear, Ovag's, you're requesting that Robbie, Creed, and Housemaker be removed from the horseshoe table? Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Housemaker, don't make this harder than it needs to be. Okay, sit down, please, Australia. Australia, take a seat. Okay. Resolution on decorum and conduct during sessions proposed by Taiwan, Canada, and Indonesia. Rathuzin, would you like to speak for the resolution this time?
Yeah, sure. Just 1 second.
Okay. Rathuzin is present and recognized for 90 seconds. You may begin.
Okay. So a lot of people argued in the General Assembly that this resolution doesn't do much, that it's, already enforcing existing rules, but I disagree. We don't really have any rules against how you conduct yourself besides, sitting down to be recognized. And this resolution establishes a series of punishments that you would have for, acting out of order or not having decorum. First offense being a warning, second offense being, barred from speaking on that item, third offense being removed from the session, and fourth states that if you're removed twice within a 30-day period, you're going to be barred from attending the next subsequent session. Not barred for 30 days, but just barred from the next session. And, having these kind of punishments, having a set of punishments, dictates to people, hey, don't continue trolling or you'll be severely punished. And if nations feel like, they shouldn't have been warned, they can appeal it to the Secretary General through this resolution. And yeah, I think everyone here should aid this. We're not like other UNs, we're the UNverse, and we want to keep a fair and respectful environment for diplomacy and our role play. Thank you.
Thank you, Rathusen. Would anyone like to speak for or against this item? Another thing I forgot to mention is that we will not be doing motions to vote anymore in the Security Council to keep it realistic. I will declare an end to the debate period if, the speaking is finished. So would anyone like to speak for or against this item?
I would like to speak for, please.
And who is that?
Australia.
Oh, yes. My apologies, Australia. Yes, you can come up.
No problem.
You can speak from your seat if you'd like.
Yeah, I will speak from my seat. Sorry,
Okay.
I have a cold right now, so my speech is a little bit off.
Oh, that's of course. Let me give you your timer here.
All right. So an example for this bill has been the last General Assembly, where Ireland and some other people made remarks about killing themselves, threatening other reps, saying that's free speech, and I think there need to be clear rules for that, because it's very inappropriate, very unprofessional and all to say to a representative of another nation that they should kill themselves just because you don't like their opinion. And I think that's important that we enforce rules of free speech in this UN, and that makes our UN, I think, unique. I yield my time, President.
Thank you very much. Australia has raised a point of order. What is your point of order? No, you can say it from your seat, Australia. There's no reason to stand. Yeah, you could have said it from your seat, but I will drag you up. The only thing is, if I drag you up, I'm dragging FX down.
Why?
Only one rep of your nation can speak. Like the
Why?
Okay.
That's how it works. The person in the chair is the person speaking.
Okay.
Why?
Point forward.
T-soups.
Questioning the validity
Oh my
of the
God,
action of
dude.
Russia to the Security Council. If we would pay attention to the relevant article of the United Nations Charter, this is Article 9(6)(a). There is no provision for a by-election to be held during the vacancy of an additional member by a General Assembly. If you would like to draw your attention to subclause A vacancy may only be filled by vote among all present members of the Security Council. There is no provision for the General Assembly to ascend a member during a vacancy in the Security Council. Therefore, I seek your clarification as to whether the election of Russia to the Security Council by majority in the General Assembly is valid.
Thank you, Australia. And this was actually a point that I raised in the General Assembly. It states in the United Nations Charter, yes, that it has to be done by members of the Security Council for an ascension. I'm going to seek Rathusen's clarification because he was the one who made the United Nations Charter, I believe. So,
yeah, Leon is right. Honestly, just vote on it right now, and obviously Russia can't vote on their own.
yeah, so
Security Council.
we'll finish with this item and then we'll move to vote for Russia's ascension. So Russia, if you could, for now, sit next to Rathusen.
Yeah, okay.
Can I do a second point of order?
What's your point of order?
The second point of order is that at the end of last session, we did compile a list of members of the Security Council agreed to vote upon in the succeeding session to ascend them. As Russia was put today, this should be at the end of all the members.
Russia was also put last session as well. So they are also they also count. I will hereby declare
We
their
were the
ascension.
first nation to be nominated. I'm just saying.
Thank you, Russia. I will hereby declare their ascension null and void until we pass a vote in the Security Council. So we're going to finish with this. I'm going to be ending the debate period to move to vote. Malaysia, how do you vote?
This is for which one?
This is for the resolution on decorum and conduct during sessions proposed by Taiwan.
Okay, thank you.
Bangladesh, how do you vote? China, how do you vote? China, how do you vote? China, how do you vote? China.
China.
The rep
China.
of China may have chat restrictions, as I also have that.
Well,
Maybe
she's
they
in
don't
the
know that.
she's in the VC, so okay. Well, I'm gonna check my DMs. I have no DMs. We're gonna skip past China for now, and we'll come back to them at the end of the voting period. Northern Cyprus, how do you vote? This is the resolution on decorum and conduct during sessions, proposed by Taiwan, Canada, and Indonesia. You're going to have to give me a response that dignifies either aye, nay, or abstain. I'm not coming back later. This is not how the voting period works. You can vote now. And China, please vote. We've already gone past you. I'm going to allow you just this once the chance to talk with your ministers, but in the future, please have a vote prepared. Japan, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay. Ireland, how do you vote? Ireland, how do you vote? Ireland. Oh my god, okay. Belarus, how do you vote? United States, how do you vote?
Ireland votes no, by the way.
Aye.
Okay. And Kazakhstan, how do you vote?
I
Never tell me to make it ever again.
Ireland, please
no,
take a
man.
breather there. Australia, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay, Ireland, circling back to you, how do you vote?
No.
Okay. Northern Cyprus, how do you vote? No, you're voting now. Northern Cyprus, you are the last person on the voting period list here. If you continue to stall, you'll be in violations of the Articles of the United Nations Charter for stalling and interfering with the business of the Security Council. Thank you. I did my research, T-Soup. All right, Rathuzan, Clerk of the Security Council.
Did USA vote?
Yeah, the United States voted aye.
Okay, so then the votes are 8 ayes, 2 nays, and 0 abstentions.
All right, the resolution passes. We're gonna move on
Rathuzan, why are you clerk?
He's my.
I don't know.
He's my.
I didn't even ask to be clerk. I'm just here.
Yeah, no.
And then why do you have a vice president if he's just going to sit there?
We don't talk about that. Kazakhstan, you're also kind of talking out of order here. Order.
I'm at the round table.
Yeah, but I will have order. So, moving on to our next resolution, I do want to get to what is your point of order? What is your point of information? Sorry. I don't know why we're talking about the vice president. I don't know why we're talking about the vice president of the General Assembly here. Oh, sorry. Security Council. Oh, right. Well, by definition, the clerk of the Security Council is the individual who tallies the votes, and I have named Rathuzan to be the clerk unconsensually. So, yeah, we're going to proceed with the Security Council session here. That might be what I'm saying, Greg. Who knows? I mean, it's There's a clear definition of the Vice President of the Security Council in one of my earlier announcements. We're going to move on to the next topic here. This is a resolution clarifying mercenaries in the rules of war proposed by Taiwan and the Matt Sulphur Secretariat. I'm going to allow, if a representative of the resolution would like to speak, they can come to the middle of the... Oh, look at that. Wow, Rathusen. You will have 90 seconds. You may begin.
Yeah, so all this does is it just fixes the loophole that we missed when writing the rules of war with the mercenaries, since we have the issue with, whether the United States can bring in members after the ultimatum was issued or before. This pretty much sets it in stone, makes it clear that, hey, no nation in a war can accept new members into their armed forces after the ultimatum was issued. But it still allows nations to conscript their own citizens into their military. And this also adds a pretty important thing with treaties, say, NATO, if they invoke Article 5. This basically says that any nation that joins after a treaty was invoked can only bring in members who were in their nation prior to the treaty being invoked. So it makes it very clear, you can't bring in third-party groups unless they're already registered by the UNDPA. You can't, recruit mercenaries, and yeah, there's really no going around this. I encourage everyone to eye this. We want to make the rules as clear as possible, and obviously we should have done this earlier. But then again, big pieces of documents do require amendments like this. So yeah, please eye the resolution.
Thank you, Rathusen. Would anyone like to speak for or against this item? Raise a point of information if you have a question.
Abstention.
Okay, you've already asked the question, so I'll just read it out. Can a defending party, example, the party being invaded, hire mercenaries if they've been issued an ultimatum? Rathusen.
Can a defending party hire mercenaries if they've been issued an ultimatum? No. You can't hire them after the ultimatum was issued.
Arthur, this is your one and only warning. Please remain professional in Security Council. We are not in the General Assembly. Would anyone like to speak for or against this item? Okay. We will now move to vote. It was a good joke, man. We will now move to vote. Malaysia, how do you vote? Bangladesh, how do you vote? China, how do you vote? China, okay, sorry, yeah. Northern Cyprus, how do you vote?
Abstention.
Northern Cyprus? Okay, I heard someone say abstination. Please don't speak on behalf of another country. Japan, how do you vote?
Abstain.
Ireland, how do you vote?
Yeah, we'll go for yes.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yes, King. Okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
yes,
good.
King. Okay.
That
I would
dick.
like to point out, Ireland, you were doing so good for a sec there, man. I'm gonna have to issue you a warning as well. China, I'm gonna request that you please put your cheeseburger away, as it is not permitted to have food or beverage in the Security Council chamber. Belarus,
please.
Yes. What is your point of order?
Yes, so you just gave a warning to Ireland, but you said it yourself also. Are you
Pardon
going
me?
to give yourself a warning too?
What did I say?
You also said yes, King.
I'm not warning him for saying that. Trust me,
Oh.
he said. I don't know if you
He
heard me. He
hates me
said
because
something
I'm
a
a
lot.
homosexual man. I'm
Can you say what the
absolutely
warning was for?
devastated.
The warning was for using derogatory language. Did you not hear what he said?
What was it? No.
Oh, he said something about dicks or something like that.
So you're gonna warn yourself.
T-Soups, I'm going to request that Kazakhstan remain seized of the matter, and let me continue with the voting period here. Belarus, how do you vote? Yeah, you can't warn me for that, Glorious, unfortunately. United States, how do you vote?
Aye.
Kazakhstan, how do you vote?
I.
Australia, how do you
Aye.
vote? Wonderful. All right, the ayes are 7, the abstentions are 1, and the nays are 2. The item passes. We're going to move on to 2 Security Council specific resolutions proposed by me. First one is the resolution to amend the Security Council rules of procedure on speaking time discretion. I'm gonna just quickly. I know I'm gonna take less than 90 seconds. I'll set myself a countdown anyways. But so this resolution, I'm the representative of this bill, Bangladesh. So the resolution essentially allows me to issue out more speaking time or debate time. Because right now the current rules of procedure aren't really clear on me issuing speaking time to representatives who need more speaking time. So in special cases or a case-by-case basis, this resolution will allow me to issue more time if absolutely necessary. So I don't think there's really a reason to nay it. It's actually very positive. It gives people more time to speak if need be. So yeah. Would anyone else like to speak for or against this item? Okay, Bangladesh, you're recognized to speak for. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Oh, thank you. Great, thanks, Bangladesh. Would anyone else like to speak? I'm going to allow a speaker against, if anyone wants to speak against. Okay. The debate period is ended. We will now move to the voting period. Malaysia, how do you vote? Bangladesh, how do you vote? China, how do you vote? Northern Cyprus, how do you vote? China, no, I'm sorry, Northern Cyprus. All right, Japan, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay, Ireland, how do you vote?
Think about this. Yes. Yes, we say yes.
Okay, Belarus, how do you vote? T-Soups, TLDR lets me give speaking time on a case-by-case basis to representatives who need it. United States, how do you vote? Kazakhstan, how do you vote?
I.
Australia, how do you vote?
Abstain.
Okay. The resolution does not dictate vetoing speaking time. So, I mean, I don't think you can. In theory, you can, as Glorious is saying, but all right, the resolution passes. Moving on to my second proposed resolution, the resolution to amend the Security Council rules of procedure on voting periods proposed by yours truly. All right, so this resolution, it creates more of a baseline for voting periods. So this is something that Robbie Creed really wants to kind of preach for in his SecGen campaign, and it's something that I absolutely agree with him for. This restricts voting periods. So from the moment I say we are now in a voting period to the moment I say voting is closed, that is a voting period. You cannot vote outside of it. So if your vote is not heard in that period, it will not be counted. And there's no exception. So if you crash during, and this is going to be a very controversial opinion, if you crash during the voting period, your vote won't be counted unless you provide a vote during the time. So if you crash and you don't DM me or Rathuzin during the voting period, because there was a lot of controversy in, I believe it was the last session, when I think it was actually your representative T-Soup disconnected.
I know who it was.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to bring it up, make sure it was, we were aware.
And what's wrong with crashing? It happens to the best of us.
Nothing's wrong with crashing. He can still DM me with a vote, provided it's in the voting period. So if he crashes, he can just DM me saying aye, and I'll be like, oh, okay.
Surely you can provide it by VC.
Well, if your internet crashes, then your internet crashes. I don't know what I say about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Then how can you DM the person?
What do you mean? How can you DM the person? You DM
if your
them.
internet has crashed, then you won't be able to.
Oh, if your
DM
internet
people.
crashes, Well, I mean, at this point, right? We have the voting period for a reason, and you should. Yeah, exactly. What my vice president has said: if you crash and forget to submit a vote, it isn't our fault. You missed out on a vote. The period has ended.
Surely it's at the discretion of the chair rather than the dictation to the chair.
I feel like it's a mix of both. Like this resolution makes it a mix of both. It makes it at the discretion of the chair and then the discretion of the resolution. China, I like that point of information. So here's what I'm going to do. And I'm not sure if I can do this mid-session. If I can withdraw the resolution to be worked on. Because what China just suggested, I really do like that idea. That I'd add a little section that allows people to submit their votes to me ahead of time.
No.
Surely that creates proxy voting. I don't like this idea. I'm going to nay
No.
it.
Proxy voting should not be a thing at all.
Yes,
Amen.
I
God bless
think
Jesus.
you could be rigged.
Okay, all right, that's
Yeah,
fine.
then why would you show up?
Yeah, I
It would
mean,
make it sure
then
there's
there
nobody
is no
here.
meaning to the Security Council being here.
Right, but you can still state in the resolution you're required to show up. You just have to send a list of your votes.
Why would you do that? The whole point
Then
is that
there
we
is
just
no
sit here
We
and
reason
just
to be
debate.
said.
here.
Is that
But
we
you have
listen
to, you have
to
to
for and
understand. We
against.
still
China.
need and I'll open the floor. The floor is open for the full debate here. We still need a baseline for voting periods because what happened last week is genuinely unacceptable.
Okay,
Yes,
we have some internet issues. It's hard in Kazakhstan. We don't have the best internet. You don't have to oppress us because of that.
Well, hold on. We're not
We
oppressing
still
you though.
came
That's
back.
the thing. You need a voting, but we need a voting period to determine when the cutoff is for votes. We can't go through the no. We can't. Hold on. We can't go through the motions of the item.
Why are we debating this right now? Are we
Hold
in
on.
a period of debate?
Yes, the floor is open.
He joined back immediately. It wasn't that insane.
No, I know, but we still need that cutoff because if we, right now, as it is, we can have an item on the agenda, and regardless, someone can cast a vote, like 3 items down the line on that item. So there has to be a cutoff.
What's the
Mister-
difference
but
between you skipping
that is
China
not
and
stated.
Ireland when they were AFK and coming back to their vote, then one
Because
of our
I
reps
haven't
crashing and coming back?
because I didn't close the voting period.
So
Mr.
you just
Speaker,
get to
that's
determine it
because it
yourself?
was that was at
No,
your
if
discretion.
we go around the table and they haven't voted, then that's an issue. But they both voted before we finished.
I think it has some loopholes, and I think it's better to work it out a little bit better than as it now is, because now you are adding things up to it, and I am maybe not speaking on behalf of only Australia, but I think it has loopholes, and many people won't be sending votes earlier because let's say this, all right? I don't say you're corrupt or anything, but let's say Australia casts a vote to like, let's say Kazakhstan needs to be removed from the Security Council. There has to be voted, but there is 1 vote needed. You say that I yay it, but then you remove my vote and you change it to another one. You can just do that.
Whoa. Where are we talking about removing your vote and changing it to another one? That has nothing to do
Yes,
with this.
but it's not. You cannot confirm anything, because if I
Yes, you can.
send you a DM with I want to vote a yay or nay, you
Right.
can just change it.
But again, I can do anything, right? So like that's that by that logic, I can, cancel. I can cancel sessions. I can do whatever I want. I'm held to the Security Council rules as the president. I was
Order,
elected.
I believe
I
the
was.
chair just made an inaccurate statement by saying he can do absolutely anything. So I think that he should withdraw that statement.
I'm actually going to request that you don't speak unless you're in a speaking chair.
Whoa!
Mr. Speaker, point of
don't
order.
No one
no,
talks to Arthur like that.
and don't provide a point of order until you're recognized. I have to
Mr.
recognize
Speaker,
your
a
point
point
of
of
order.
order is a valid
I do
point
not
of order,
recognize your point
and
of
you are
order.
oppressing the voice of Australia.
I do not recognize your point of
You're
order.
oppressing the voice of Australia. I will be walking out
UNDSS,
of this.
please escort him out of the
Walking out of
chamber.
this chamber. Walking
Yeah.
out of this chamber in protest.
Yeah, get out of here. All right.
Nobody wants you as chair.
I was elected twice. Say that again. Elected twice. All right. Like, oh my God,
The
Arthur.
point that I was saying, I think this thing has many loopholes. Therefore, there has been a discussion, and I think it's better we vote now. and wait for the outcome of this amendment or whatever it is.
It actually, well,
I
Tisu,
think it gives you too much power. If
What was
I
that?
were president of Security Council and I didn't want Kazakhstan to vote last time, I would have closed it immediately. Or I could have been like, you know what, let's wait. Let's wait because I want Kazakhstan's vote.
But you're
It lets
forgetting,
you
I did close
decide.
it. I did close it, and we
Yeah,
still counted
you
his
probably
vote.
didn't want Kazakhstan to vote.
No, that was not what happened. We have to move on to other items. We can't wait. We can't
And
stall
that's
the
what I would
business
say
of the
if I was a
Security
corrupt
Council for a
president of Security
representative.
Council who didn't want Kazakhstan to vote. Not saying that you are, but I'm saying that it can go either way. You can close it when you want. You can leave it open when you want. And you
Right,
can back
that's-
it with whatever you want.
I agree with Tisu.
It's all about what you want rather than just letting Security Council vote. If we crash, let us rejoin. There's really
Well,
no big deal
absolutely.
in that.
Absolutely,
30
but there's
seconds when we're
no
in UNGA for
but
an
there's
hour.
there's no reason to stall it more than 30 minutes. Sorry, 30 seconds to a minute.
Can we move on, please?
We will. And absolutely, and as I've stated, I'm 100% willing. I'm 100% willing to withdraw
can we
this and
move
work on
on?
it a little more. We
Yeah,
will move
maybe
on.
just let us like 3 minutes to rejoin if someone crashes.
Sure.
I think that's a fine idea.
All right, the floor
Yeah,
is
maybe start the
closed.
timer in game.
I will withdraw this motion. I mean, unless the Security Council wants to vote on it, it's you know, it's up to your discretion.
I'd rather you withdraw.
Okay, I will withdraw the motion from the agenda. The floor is closed, so keep that in mind. All right, now the last item on our agenda is Denmark, which is owned by Den_founder. Yes, we didn't do it first this time. We didn't do nations first. Let me bring the rep in here. You have 90 seconds. Let me know when you're ready to begin or if you want to use the stage channel. Arthur, I had you removed from the chamber, so I'm going to give you one more chance here to leave yourself, or I'll escort you
Mr.
out.
Speaker, I don't believe you removed me from the chamber. I removed myself from the chamber. As
I made a declaration
failure.
I made a declaration as you were leaving that you were to be escorted out of the chamber.
Mr. Speaker, I don't believe this was witnessed by a third independent party, so therefore this, in my opinion, is not an order that you made at the time.
Okay, all right. It's an order that I'm making now. Arthur M. Spencer, please remove yourself from the Security Council chamber.
I believe this is racism, and I'm going to be submitting
That's fine. You can believe what you want. That's
Bye,
okay. Yeah.
Arthur.
Can we just
blessed.
be
Feeling for you,
friends?
bro.
Can we just be cupcakes and rainbows, please?
All right. Denmark, are you ready to speak? I do apologize for that interruption. All right, let me bring you up. All right.
Hello?
Yep, you're good to go. You can begin whenever.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I apologize for our representative at the UNGA earlier. Unfortunately, his microphone wasn't the best, but I hope that you can hear me clearly now. First of all, Denmark is a nation that prides itself on activity and engagement. We host a wide range of events, both large and small, and our community is consistently involved. You can see this reflected in our Discord channel, where ongoing discussions and initiatives demonstrate just how active we are. Our political scene is equally dynamic. We have multiple parties, each well organized, which allows for a government that is both responsive, engaged, and held to account. Debate and discussion are seen at every parliament sitting, and it keeps our political life lively and robust. Despite being a very new nation, we have worked hard to build a nation that is active, organized, and evolving. Denmark has come a long way, and we look forward to the United Nations verse being the next chapter in our development, a place where we can contribute, collaborate, and continue to grow as a nation, despite already being one of the biggest Denmarks on the entire platform. Thank you for your attention, and I yield.
All right. Thank you very much. You may take a seat. Would anyone like to speak for or against this item? Malaysia has been recognized for 60 seconds to speak for.
Hello. I recently got invited to an SSU in Denmark. They were very active, and there was very good friendliness around the community, including the PM and the King, and it was very well organized. I yield.
Thank you, Malaysia. I'm sorry, Mr. Vice President, I can't recognize you to waffle. Would anyone else like to speak for or against this item? China.
Australia. Oh, sorry.
China is going to be recognized to speak for. You can stay in your seat.
Oh, I can? Okay.
Yeah, you have 60 seconds.
Okay. Like I said, like Malaysia said, I went to their SSU. They were very active. Their development is really good. I think they have a lot of potential when coming to this UN. They've seemed very interested and very ready, prepared to come to this UN. And I think they meet the standards. So I think that we should eye them. I yield.
Thank you, China. Would anyone else like to speak for or against? I'm not going to take anyone else for. So would anyone like to speak against? Okay. We will now move to the voting period. Malaysia, how do you vote? Bangladesh, how do you vote? China, how do you vote? Pardon? China? What was that? Okay. Northern Cyprus, how do you vote? Northern Cyprus, how do you vote? Okay. Japan, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ireland, how do you vote? Belarus, how do you vote? Okay. United States, how do you vote?
I vote a big, beautiful I.
Thank you. Thank you. Kazakhstan, how do you vote?
I.
Kazakhstan, how do you vote?
I.
Kazakhstan, how do you vote?
Hello?
Oh, sorry. Australia, how do you
Hello?
vote? Australia, how do you vote?
What?
I believe
Rage bait.
I believe that was unanimous. I don't think there were any. Yeah, that's 9 A's, 0 nays, 0 abstentions. Denmark, welcome to the UN. You are replacing the current Denmark. TRNC did vote before the voting period ended. They voted aye, so it'll be 10. Yeah, okay, so 10 ayes. Yeah. So Denmark, I will just say you are not replacing the Denmark. Oh my God. You are not replacing Denmark on the Security Council. Wrath. So the United Kingdom couldn't replace the United Kingdom on the Security Council.
Sorry, but
you were letting Denmark
point of
replace.
information. What is the logic behind that?
Yeah.
They were not replacing them because they were permanent 5 earlier, and our PUK is not. Like, we didn't designate them to be P5.
But I feel like that's still unfair, regardless of if they're P5 or not.
Denmark is Security Council.
Yeah, so they get a seat on Security Council. That's how it's always been.
But our PUK replaced the
P5
United
is
Kingdom.
A different situation.
Yeah, but they're still members of the Security Council, right? I still feel like that's kind of unfair.
Yeah,
but that's how we did it for America.
Not in the UN.
UK could have tried to ascend to Security Council, and they haven't on multiple occasions.
Interesting. Okay, well then, yeah, okay.
Like right
then
now.
Denmark. Let me bring Denmark in here. Oh, you can take Denmark's seat there. Thank you, Greg. Yeah. All right. Moving on to the final business. We have some ascensions to the Security Council to vote on. And I might be wrong in saying this, but I believe we have Israel, Ukraine, Russia. Israel, Ukraine, Israel, Ukraine, Russia. There's one more. Was Indonesia motioned?
No, it was New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand. Sorry, yes, New Zealand. Yes. So there's 4. We're gonna start off with Russia. Russia, you're gonna have 90 seconds to plead your case if you would like. Come up to the floor. It's up to you. Russia.
Oh God, I disconnected.
I just disconnected as well.
Yeah,
What the
I'm
heck?
disconnected. Okay.
I disconnected.
All right, let's load back in.
Did we all get disconnected?
Yeah.
Bro, it's KUN hitting us off because we're too good.
Housemaker, if you make one more remark regarding my Wi-Fi, I'm gonna make an Arthur M. Spencer post about you.
Can you guys join or is it?
Oh, there we go.
I'm in now.
Okay, I will have everyone brought.
Can you bring everyone?
That's what I'm doing.
Bring me then.
Who just said bring me then, please? Who said that?
Leon.
Exercise patience. Exercise patience. No, T-Soups has already brought him in. Thank you, T-Soups.
Yeah.
Leon, sit your ass down on that seat's back.
All right, take your seats. We're missing
Oh,
Ireland,
sorry.
Belarus, United States.
What am I supposed to do, Matt?
You have to
Man.
rejoin. We all crashed.
It's not letting me actually, so.
It's your decision whether you want to leave or stay. It's up to you.
I didn't even the fucking game is not letting me rejoining, so it's kind of Roblox's decision right now at the moment.
Yeah.
You can
Out of
leave and
mind.
rejoin again. You can
You should be able to rejoin.
Unless I'm
It took me,
supposed
like-
to blow David's bazooki into letting him let me rejoin the game. I don't see a way
Just
past
close
this.
and join again.
Oh no, never mind. I'm here now. Yep, you can bring me now, mate.
Yeah, I got
Cheers.
it. There we go. Sorry about that, Russia.
No worries.
We're gonna wait for Carrie Bosch to take a seat.
I think it's a sign.
You know what? I think Russia has so much aura that the second they stood up, we all just crashed. All right, Russia, you're gonna have 90
sit up or
seconds
sit
to make
down?
your. We're gonna make your case.
All right, so basically, lads, why you should vote for Russia into United Nations Security Council is, in our 2-week period of being in United Nations first, we have been selected as a top 3 nation in November, which is a great achievement, to be honest, and it just shows that we have made a massive impact on United Nations first activity. We've managed to make the East more active. We've created the biggest organization in the United Nations first, the Collective Security Treaty Organization, even though people may not agree with how it's been created. We've managed to gain the trust of the Permanent Five. I hope so. I hope they don't switch up on me. We've managed to help with the outreach department. Rath can vouch for that. We have managed to broker ceasefire agreements between Malaysia and Indonesia, which is preventing Indonesia from declaring war on Malaysia, which is a huge step towards peace and diplomacy. We've managed to de-escalate the situation between Yugoslavia and Croatia to clear up any issues between them. We had just a talk in the group chat when we were just waiting for our. We also have had. I'll argue if we've done all this in 2 weeks, what do you think we would do if we are in the United Nations Security Council and are in the United Nations for a longer period than just 2 weeks? I think if we we just need more time and we will prove more as well over time. But right now, you should just vote aye on Russia's ascension to the United Nations Security Council. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Russia. Are there any motions to be made?
A motion to have the floor
Australia against
or debate, whatever.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna motion to speak, and somebody has to second your motion to speak.
Oh, motion to speak.
Second.
Okay, so Kazakhstan, you are seconding Australia's motion to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, Australia, you are recognized for 60 seconds.
Can I just say that this is
You
not
can
against
sit,
Russia,
yeah.
but I think a vote, please. We need to recognize that the United Nations Security Council does not vote in a vacuum. I believe that the Security Council is a council and that everybody has a chance to give their proposals. But can I just count in this council? There are 2 Kanzuk and NATO, and the rest are CSU land. I think that in this current circumstance, to add Russia would be to install a super majority in the Security Council as well. So I believe that there is a time for Russia to come, but it's not now. I think everyone has to have a chance and a realistic prospect as well. I explained this to several people already. Russia is new and they haven't been established. The things they've done may be good, but at this moment in time, to add Russia would to be kill any chance of discourse or a realistic prospect of furthering proposals from one side.
Okay. Thank you, Australia. Would anyone else like to motion to have the floor? All right, Bangladesh and Japan have motioned. Will anyone second those motions? You have to second them individually.
Second, Japan.
All right, Japan. Yes, come on up, Japan. Yes,
I promise that I'll be a good boy. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I agree with the real Leon. Russia, I think, has not yet proved themselves to be ready as of right now to be a member of the Security Council. While they did broker some peace agreements, they still have more to prove. And as also what Leon said, the vast majority of the council is of CSTO, and there's only a couple of Western white countries. I'm joking.
Oh.
Just Western countries on the council, and I think that we need to have a balanced system. And also, I'm Armenian. You can't say anything. We just went through a genocide. Anyways, yeah, I think Russia should wait a bit and prove themselves more. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Japan. A point of order has been raised for Japan being racist. Unfortunately,
I strike down my word.
Japan. Hold on. Order, Japan. Order. I will say though, he was recently involved in a genocide, so unfortunately we can't punish him. I'm just kidding. Japan, if you make a comment like that again, you will be removed from the council. All right, not the council. No, not the council. The chamber. My apologies.
I strike down my words.
My apologies. Does anyone second Bangladesh's? Oh, okay. All right. Bangladesh, you are recognized for 60 seconds. Yes. All right. Thank you. I will say Bangladesh did raise a motion to expel Kazakhstan. We will be hearing that motion.
Oh
is there a
my
second?
gosh.
Hold on. Is there a second?
I second.
There is a second to Kazakhstan's
After I
motion
second you
to
to speak?
Bangladesh's motion. All right.
Yeah, well, you know what? You shouldn't have betrayed me.
We will hear.
How did I betray you?
I'm just kidding. No, unfortunately, not unfortunate. Sorry, fortunately, expulsions can only be done through form of resolution, not through motion.
Aww.
Fortunately, not unfortunately, right? T soups.
I guess.
Australia has already spoken, I believe, on this topic, so I'm not going to be allowing them to speak again. Would anyone else like to speak?
Can I motion to open the floor?
Yes, absolutely. We
Yes,
will.
sorry,
Is there a
seconded my
second? There is a
motion to
second.
speak.
Okay.
Seconded
Bangladesh.
my motion first.
One moment. What?
I meant seconded my motion to speak before.
You did speak.
Yeah, but I'm speaking again, and I meant seconded the second one.
Yeah, but you can't speak again.
What? What?
Or
What
we
is
can
it?
open the floor and
That's
you could
that's what
speak
I'm
again.
saying. That's T Soups is finding a loophole.
A second to open the floor.
Okay, the floor is now open.
Yay.
See, Kazakhstan, I still like you.
Oh, great. Thank you.
All right, so are we gonna
Excuse
talk or what?
me.
I'm standing back. I'm letting you guys
So-
talk.
My main concern isn't about like Russia itself. I believe that Russia is perfectly capable of being on Security Council. My main concern is that the representation in the Security Council is in doubt. So if you can read the names in the Security Council, I believe it's a neutral forum where you can convince neutral parties to vote in your favor. If Russia were to be ascended, there would be 6 CSTO aligned nations in the Security Council to 2 NATO and Kazakh members. I don't know what you expect me to be, but Saul Goodman could pull off a majority vote in the Security Council. Okay, Russia has a time and place to come to Security Council, but it's not now. With 6-2, I don't like. As I said, there's nothing short of a miracle like to achieve any sort of plus result. So when we have a bloc that has a death grip over a council, is it really serving its job to represent the interests of all parties? It's not. Because whatever we do, whatever we say, whatever points we do, it doesn't matter in the face of like a 6-2 majority. Look, right now it's 5-2, and I understand that it's unfair, but I'm not complaining about it, right? I'm not saying that we should be equal. I understand that life is unfair, but what I'm saying is that if we add to Russia, it would be impossible. Last week we barely scraped a tie, and that's because we got every single neutral vote, and we still barely had a tie. And this is not against Russia specifically, but like adding CSTO 6-2, like I would have to peel every single neutral vote and half of CSTO block as well to pass anything that's NATO or Kazakh aligned. And I believe that inevitably conflicts of what the UNSC is meant to do. So look, it's not about Russia because the matter of fact, if we could elect a new Security Council tomorrow, then I would vote for Russia. I would, but would we be upholding the standards of the Security Council if we were to elect Russia now? And I think the answer to that question right now is a resounding no.
Okay. Thank you, Boris. Would anyone else like to speak?
So that's what I bring back to my original point is that I'm not complaining with the current position. 5-2, okay, sure, skill issue, right? But it gives us a chance of putting an alternative view. When we have a domination of a block, then we can have no alternative views. It's 5-2 now. Should I be complaining? Probably, arguably, but I'm not, because I accept that it might be a problem with NATO. But what I don't accept is that a situation where there is no possibility at all, even if I put up every single neutral vote, for NATO to pass anything.
Okay.
Yeah, 6-2.
Bro.
Right? And
It's
you want
hard.
me? What do you want me to do with 6-2? You want me to fucking like put a gun at everyone and take a vote? Like, it
Wow.
doesn't work.
Watch the language there, buddy.
No,
Just
These
this
fair
one,
seas,
right?
I
we
sent
just have this one.
Kazakhstan the breakdown, right? And I showed them that it would be 6-2 if Russia would be admitted. It's 5-2 now. And I'm not saying that's unfair, because if I was talking about being fairness strictly, I would argue that the current composition is unfair. But that goes to your point, right? I can't say that. But what I can say is Russia adding to it would be unfair.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. UNDSS, I don't know if you can see this or not, but there has been a bomb threat made by a member of the audience. I just want to kind of direct you to maybe, quash that as soon as possible.
Also, China is not in CSTO.
It was generally about.
And so you're saying that you need more NATO nations, but what if half of them are inactive? Then we have an inactive member in our council.
I'm not saying we need more NATO nations. I think you're
Bring
considering
in
it.
active people.
I'm
He's done
saying-
so much. They've done so much in such a short amount of time.
Like
Look,
what? Give us
I have
something.
never said that we need more NATO countries. In my entire speech,
That's
I've never
basically what
mentioned
you've been
we need more
implying.
NATO representation. No,
You've kind of
saying
implied that.
No, my implication is that if we were to add Russia to the Security Council, it would not deny NATO. It would deny alternative viewpoints. Adding Russia there would deny alternative viewpoints to a topic. Like, I'm not saying please ascend NATO to the Security Council. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if we were to add Russia, then it would deny alternative interpretations.
Thank you.
what the right time for Russia to come is when we vote for the entire Security Council and we can distribute in that manner. I think that in filling a vacancy in this current composition is not correct. But I fully agree that if tomorrow we had an election for every member of the Security Council, I would vote for Russia, yes. But it's not in this way, no.
Well, Mr. President, may I ask, what are the other nations that are trying to ascend to the Security Council?
I believe it's
Oh, sorry, I do apologize. The other nations wanting to be ascended are Ukraine, Israel, and New Zealand.
So
I don't like those options either.
But hold on,
Exactly.
because I think Malaysia has another country to motion.
Who?
I feel like we've been getting so many applications
Malaysia
from other
just goes,
UNs.
is there a second to Malaysia's motion for Canada to ascend to the Security
No,
Council?
bro.
Oh my god, it's
No.
been seconded.
Oh my gosh.
It would be
Canada's
for next
not even
week, yeah.
real.
All right, Kazakhstan's talking. All right.
Yeah.
What I would say is that I would urge you.
Kazakhstan was born from Russia.
Okay.
Joking.
Hello?
Thank you. Valid point. Yes, Japan. But the real end Leon was actually making a very good point towards the end there. So if you want to continue.
Yeah. So I think that with the current composition right now, it's unfair because considering that Belarus has flipped to CSTO as well. So I'm not saying please vote for NATO. That's not what I'm saying. I've never said that, and I will never say that. I mean, in this context. What I'm saying is that adding a CSTO member to this composition would be detrimental to the purpose of a council.
Canada
But then again,
and
think
Ukraine
about the
are the only
benefits.
neutral members that would be voted in.
Well, did Ukraine just go to CSTO?
Oh yeah, never mind. Canada's the only one. Oh my god, how funny is that?
But then think about the benefits
go
of
ahead.
having a more active nation in the Security Council
Yes,
rather than an inactive nation.
No, look, right.
What's
it's not
better?
about active versus inactive. Look, in a vacuum, Russia is better.
Okay.
In a vacuum.
Okay. We've
calm down, boy.
Hold on.
It's a Roblox game. Calm down.
We've been talking a little bit too long. I'm going to close the floor, and we're going to move to vote on Russia for the United Nations Security Council.
I'm just eating my shrimp.
Thank you, Japan, for that very necessary comment.
You're
Malaysia,
welcome.
how do you vote? Bangladesh, how do you vote? China, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay, one moment here. All right. Denmark, how do you vote? Okay, Northern Cyprus, how do you vote?
Abstain.
I don't think that was Northern Cyprus.
Sorry, my mic wasn't off.
Russia?
Yeah, my bad. I spoke out of.
Oh my god, no. Russia, you did. Oh my god, you're trying to sway.
Hey, yo.
Northern
Bro,
Cyprus.
I didn't mean to. I
No.
thought my mic was
Order.
Wait,
I will
I
have
thought my mic was
order.
closed.
Order. Northern Cyprus, how do you vote? Okay, I will give you a minute, but I'd just like the record to reflect that you have had 7 minutes to come to a decision on this with your ministers. Japan, how do you vote?
Nay.
Ireland, how do you vote? Ireland, how do you vote?
I just said I in a feminine voice. That's I, mate. Thank you.
We did not hear that. Belarus, how do you vote? Okay, and Northern Cyprus has voted nay. Kazakhstan has left. T-Soups is still in the call, so we will...
I'm still here, I just need brought. Please.
Oh, yes, that's right. I do apologize. You're not in-game, though. That's the thing.
I am.
You are not. I've tried bringing you twice.
Hello, Daniel.
T-Soups, are you here?
T-Soups.
T-Soups, are you present? She is not.
The deep state took her.
Hi, T-Soups. Let's go ahead and sit down. Brain T. Okay. All right. United States, how do you vote?
Nay.
Kazakhstan, how do you vote? Look, you have 2 Kazakhstan reps in the stage channel. You can vote. How do you vote? Daniel or T-Soups? Australia, how do you vote?
Nay.
Okay. Kazakhstan. No, I believe it's simple majority. Kazakhstan.
You just voted Australia?
Yeah, but I'm waiting on Kazakhstan.
I'm not gonna vote.
I'm gonna give them 10 seconds to provide a vote. Okay, the A's are 5, the abstentions are 1, and the nays are 4.
What?
I believe it's a fail. With just one moment. Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, 5 A's, 1 abstention, 4 nays is a fail. Okay. There can be a motion. Okay? A motion to revote has been raised. Is there a second to the motion to revote? It has been seconded. We will move to revote. Would anyone like to speak for this item? We've been here long enough. I'm sorry, I can't open the floor. Does anybody want to second Australia's motion to speak against? Okay, Australia, we're going to recognize you to speak against.
Okay, lads. As I said before, this is not to detract, but Russia is a great nation. They should be voting at one point, potentially at the next UNSC elections. But look, we have 2 people representing Kazakh and NATO. We have like 6 people representing CSTO. I'm not saying they should increase, but I'm saying we definitely shouldn't increase CSTO because the United Nations Security Council is a place to exchange views. It's a place to exchange alternative views. It shouldn't be dominated by a single bloc. While I understand that there may be arguments as to why Russia deserves, yes, I agree they deserve, but this is not the time and place for them to ascend. And I believe that it's not a critique of Russia because they have done a lot, and I do recognize that, and I think they do deserve recognition. That should come in a manner that is like fair, right? In the next election, I don't think it's too far away. Mr. President, if you can clarify on when the next UNSC Road 2 elections are. But then they can come and everything will be fine. But in this current composition, it's already so heavily tilted against us with 2 against 6 that adding another one would be like crazy. So I ask you not to vote against Russia, but a vote against Russia now is a vote to uphold the meaning, purpose, and integrity of the Security Council.
Great, thank you. Does somebody want to will somebody second Bangladesh's motion to speak for? It has been seconded by China,
Second.
Bangladesh. Oh, look who it is. All right, Bangladesh, you will have 60 seconds. No. There you go. Oh, one moment. Hold on. Sorry, something's been brought to my attention. I've been told that Japan has withdrawn from the United Nations. No?
What?
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Disregard then. Oh, okay. Thank you.
clickbaiting.
Yes, I'm giving you 15 seconds. There you go. All right, you're good. Okay. I've allowed one speaker for, one speaker against. We're going to move to vote on this topic. Please vote. Malaysia, how do you vote? Malaysia, how do you vote?
Can you do an alert on them?
Yeah. Malaysia, how do you vote? Malaysia. Okay. Bangladesh, how do you vote? China, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay. Denmark, how do you vote? Okay. Northern Cyprus, how do you vote? Okay. Japan, how do you vote?
Nay. Okay.
Okay. I heard a nay, so. Ireland,
That
how do you
was
vote?
really, really good.
It's a voting period. Relax. Ireland, how do you vote? Ireland. All right. We're in a voting period. I will raise your point after. Belarus, how do you vote? Ament, how do you vote? Or sorry, United States, how do you vote?
Nay.
Kazakhstan, how do you vote? Kazakhstan, how do you vote? Kazakhstan, how do you vote? Okay, that's fine. Australia, how do you vote?
Nay.
Okay. Kazakhstan and Malaysia's votes will not be counted. Voting period is over. The A's are 6. The nays are 3. The abstentions are 0. Now, this is important to know. There are other nations to be ascended, so Russia is not ascended yet. Wrath, you've literally told me the entire day to follow rotary election rules. This is what follows rotary election rules.
I thought that the seat was filled, and now there's no seat to be filled, so there's no need to vote on the other nations.
All right, Russia, welcome
No,
to
it's
the Security Council.
Votes. It's the most votes per nation.
That's what I've been told to follow, but that's
Where
okay.
does it say
So
that?
we go through everyone, and whoever has the highest votes gets admitted.
This is literally how rotary elections work, and that's how you told me to do it,
So we need
Wrath.
to go
I
through
just want
everyone,
to be clear
and
on
whoever has
that.
the votes A's would get put in.
Yo, I lost internet. But I'm back.
Rotary means that you go through everyone, and who has the highest votes gets admitted.
Can
No,
I
that's not how it
vote?
works. Rotary elections work by how many people get A's.
T-Soups, you're asking to vote on Russia for the Security Council?
Yeah, I lost.
Yeah, you can provide a vote.
Power.
That's fine. It's not going to change the vote.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was whoever had most votes now.
Yeah.
Well,
whoever has the most A's now.
No, it's not.
Rathusen's
yeah,
saying
where
no.
does it say that?
So
It doesn't.
I
Never,
never thought that was
said
a
that.
thing.
They
Unless
filled the
it says
vacancy, and
that
that's it.
somewhere.
Russia, come take your seat.
We're not going to be here forever voting on like every single nation.
But that's
They filled the vacancy. That's about it.
Kind of how fairness should work. Malaysia has abstained on the vote as well. I just want to make that clear.
Abstain on what vote?
The Russia for UNSC vote. T-Soups, you voted aye.
I didn't vote.
Oh, what's your vote on Russia for UNSC?
I think we're just getting rage baited at this point. Oh my god.
Is there a motion to adjourn the Security Council?
Motion to adjourn.
Is it seconded? It has been seconded. The Security Council is hereby adjourned.
No.
Really?
Get down!
Victory!
Get down!
Oh my god, we're getting shot at.
I love you, Bangladesh! I love you, China! Yeah!
How come I don't get a gun? I'm America, come on now.
Yes! Thank you, Tisuk, for some semi-advocating for me.
Give me a pistola.
Yeah, no problem.
Give me a gun. I'm in America, how do I not have a gun? Oh, I just got gunned down.
It's because you're okay. No, don't kill me.
Anyways, congratulations, Russia. Bye-bye.
Thank you, America.
Yes.